Gabe. AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. The only thing sweeter than candy hearts on the sweetest day is cozying up in a Stearns & Foster mattress. Visit Northwest Furniture and Mattress and fall in love with the handcrafted comfort and timeless design of Stearns & Foster. That's kind of early. Like, it's only October. But, you know, I guess there's a couple of holidays in between now and Valentine's Day. Homecoming week for the Tigers. The LHS volleyball team beat Baker last Thursday in a 5-set throw, 3-2. They host Ontario tonight at 6 o'clock for senior night. So congratulations to those seniors. LHS girls beat Ontario on Thursday 8-0. Both girls and boys soccer have their senior night tonight as well. Both teams host Baker, with the boys kicking off at 4 up at Community Stadium and the girls at 6. LHS football with a dominant win on Friday night versus visiting Burns. The score was closer than what, you know, it was like 27-14, but the Tigers basically dominated. The offensive line and the front four on defense controlled the entire game for the Tigers. They faced their toughest test of the year, though, this Friday, homecoming against Crook County. They're coming to town to try to spoil the Tigers' homecoming, and they're undefeated, and they're tough. It's going to be a tough game for the Tigers. That game kicks off at 7 p.m. Friday at Community Stadium. It'll be live streamed on the EOA network. We'll also be live streaming the Baker-Gladstone game from Bulldog Stadium simultaneously. So that game kicks off at 7 as well. Last Friday night in GOL football, Baker beat Ontario. Baker lost to Ontario 41-0. See, that doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth, because Ontario doesn't usually win GOL games, and they beat Baker 41-0 on Friday night. And Crook County beat Pendleton 38-19 in Prineville. Football around the valley, Embler lost to Cove 47-12. Powder Valley lost to Union 36-26, and Elgin lost to Adrian 66-0. EOU had a packed weekend, an absolutely packed weekend. It kicked off on Friday night with a number 4 EOU volleyball win, a sweep over number 9 Corbin. It was awesome. It wasn't quite as packed as the previous top 5 matchup against Southern, but it still, people are packing the house for EOU volleyball, as they should. Then on Saturday, I had a day. After leaving to shoot for breakup season, I went straight to EOU women's soccer versus C of I, which was a huge game for the Mountie soccer team. Unfortunately, they ended up losing 2-1, but this women's team is legit this year and fun to watch. Then I walked over to Quinn for EOU volleyball senior day versus Bushnell. EOU lost the first 2 sets, and it was looking like it was going to be a disappointment, but somehow they pulled it out and pulled the reverse sweep and ended up winning 3-2 on senior day. You'll see a picture coming up here. There's all 6 of the seniors right there. Congratulations to them. All 6 of those young ladies did at least 4 years at EOU, and they all have been a huge part of this surge for EOU volleyball. For her efforts over the weekend, junior Kiana Mack was named the CCC Defender of the Week. She had 18 blocks and 15 kills over the 2 games. Then I went back out to Community Stadium for the CCC Game of the Week. EOU men's soccer hosting College. That's the thing I hate about soccer, ties. So we ended up tying the Yotes. Both EOU soccer teams, though, are in a hunt for national tournament appearances, and it's pretty exciting. The men's team hasn't been this good in quite some time, and they're competitive this year. I mean, they're either winning or tying against big teams, and that, you know, at least you get a point for tying, you get 3 for winning, and that's how the standings are kind of set. So you get 3 for a win, 1 for a tie, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the season wins the regular season. And then they do a tournament with 6 teams. The top 2 teams get a bye, and then the next 4 play, and it's bracket style tournament for the CCC tournament. So if EOU were to get second during the regular season, and play in the championship, and the team they play in the championship was the season winner of the regular season, even if they lost the tournament championship, they would get in, because in the CCC, the way they work the conference tournaments is if the team that won the regular season also wins the tournament, the team that got second in the tournament makes the national tournament. So we got it. I mean, we have a good chance on both sides. After soccer, it was right back into Quinn for EOU men's and women's wrestling, that annual blue and gold. Man, that day was a long day. that started out with breakup season and ended at about 9 o'clock right here with EOU men's and women's wrestling. It was just an inter squad. It's what they do every year to kind of preview. Next week, I'll have a preview show for wrestling featuring interviews with the coaches and a couple of the athletes. EOU football went on the road and played a tough game in Helena versus Carroll, ultimately snapping their 3-game win streak, losing 24-19. Senior quarterback Quincy Glasper continued his all-conference season with, I mean, he's got to be all-conference as of right now. He had 300 through the air and a touchdown and 99 yards on the ground. EOU men's and women's cross country had a strong showing at the Linfield George Oja Invite. The men finished third out of 23 teams and were named the CCC Team of the Week. And then senior Justin Ash finished 10th overall and was named the CCC Runner of the Week. So at the end of the Saturday, my weekend culminated on Sunday, taking pics at one of my favorite sports, EOU softball. They hosted scrimmages versus Treasure Valley Community College. They played 3 games overall. I only stayed for 2 of them. They looked good. This EOU softball team hopes to get back to the national tournament. I'm sure they're going to start the season ranked in the top 25. They have, obviously they lost their first team All-American pitcher, but they have one that's sitting right there in the wings waiting for her shot. And actually, she was first team All-Conference last year as well as Kaylee Hoskins. Kylie should be, she should dominate the CCC this year. If she pitches anything like she did last year, I look for the Mounties to make a run at winning the CCC and definitely making the national tournament. I'll have the weekend schedules for EOU Athletics on Thursday. AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Big Red Rocking Chair on Elm, off Adams in LeGrand.